everyone, in this tutorial part 1 of how to make an endless runner in Scratch 3.0. First, what we want to do is create a new project and delete the sprite 1. We're going to be drawing our own sprites for this Scratch game, so click choose a sprite and click paint. We want to make a little rounded rectangle. So for that, we want to select the rectangle tool, hold down shift and drag. As you can see, that made a nice rectangle, and we want it to be red. So make it red, and there we go. For the rounded parts, we want to make a circle. So select the circle tool, press shift and hold it down. Drag it to the upper left-hand corner of the square. Okay, so now we want to select the select tool, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Drag that to the other corners as well. Okay, now that we've got the circles positioned at the edge, now we want to fill in the gaps between them. So select the rectangle tool and click and drag. The circle is positioned off slightly, so use the arrow keys to move it until it's exactly on the edge of the square. There. Okay, now let's repeat it for all the other circles. Okay, one more left. Now that we have a nice rounded square, let's go to Code and Events and when green flag clicked. Drag out a forever block, a looks, and show, motion, and go to. Let's set it to -90 and 0. Actually, -50. See how that is? Perfect. Let's make it a little bit smaller. So go to looks, set size to, and let's set it to 50. Perfect. For a quick second, let's just name this player, and let's make the background. So click backdrops and go to backdrops. We want a nice blue to white gradient. So when you want a gradient, then you click the fill. First click the paint bucket, then click fill, and then click one of these gradient tools. We want it to be up and down, so click the one to the second of the far right. Click it, and we want it to be a blue to lighter blue. So make it blue, and we want it to be a really light blue here, so there we go. Now let's select the rectangle tool, drag, make a big rectangle, and fill it in. Let's actually flip it around. Okay, there we go. Now let's go and make a new sprite, and we're gonna call this one ground. So click paint, let's name this ground. Actually, we can actually do this in the backdrop since this isn't going to actually be moving. So delete it, go to backdrops, and choose a nice green color and drag it right here. I want it to be a little bit higher. There we go. In the next tutorial, we'll be making the player jump over the boxes and spikes. See you in the next tutorial.